Hey YouTube, it's Ayana Kimber. Good morning everybody, and I am taping from my living room today because unfortunately it is raining on the set. It was pouring down raining last night. I started to tape outside last night, but it was raining outside, and now it's still raining. So I'm gonna do it in here because I know if I don't do it today, it won't get done. Another good episode, Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna jump out there and say I think Love and Hip Hop this season is better than it was last season. And I was an instant fan last season, but it's been real good. And I'll be honest with you, even though some of the stuff does seem scripted, I guess they have to do that because it would be like a lot of laws in between. A lot of this stuff, the emotions and things like that, seem absolutely real. I think the situation that what Yandy is feeling towards Chrissy seems 100% real. None of that seems scripted to me. Chrissy doesn't seem scripted at all. I mean, for the most part, Chrissy always seems like hers is coming from a place of how she's really feeling about something. So, yeah, Love and Hip Hop has been a 10 this season. I was wondering last night when I was watching, and actually I was wondering the last couple of weeks when the season finale was going to come up because it seems like it's been longer this season. Maybe because they added the extra half hour in, because it used to only be 30 minutes last season. But it seems like it's been a pretty long season with a whole lot of stuff going on. So, just hearing last night that it's going to be going off next week, or next week is the season finale, and I can't wait till the reunion because I guess they're going to have the security on that stage for the reunion show. But anyway, let's jump into the review. The show opens up with Yandy, Olivia, and Emily. Now, when Yandy walked into the building, I thought she was Chrissy for a second. I did not realize how big Yandy's ass is. Yandy has a huge ass. Chrissy was dogging her last week, and her outfit was tacky. Yandy's outfit was tacky in Miami. I like Yandy. I love Yandy, but Yandy looked tacky last week at the club. But Chrissy was dogging her about, her having a 10-year-old boy's body, or did she say chest? And I'm like, no, Yandy has a grown black woman's body. She has a big ass on her. I didn't know who she was walking into that building. But anyway, they all sat down and were talking about the incident that happened in Miami. And the entire time they were talking, I felt like Olivia 100% wanted to side with Yandy. I think Olivia, I felt bad for her because I hate being in the middle of things too. But the funny thing about me being in the middle of something, if I see one person's point, I'm going to absolutely say it. I felt like Olivia was holding back because she really did think that Chrissy overreacted and that Chrissy started the shit. She just didn't want to say it. I think Emily picked that up, and I also think that Yandy picked it up, that Olivia really probably was feeling like it was Chrissy's fault, but she just didn't want to. She wanted to stay out of it. Olivia's trying to do her career. She's not trying to be caught up in a bunch of bullshit, which I agree with. But I do think she should have said, more or less, you know what, Yandy, it wasn't your fault. And she could have just left it at that. She didn't have to go into detail or, cut Chrissy off. But I think all would have respected her more if she had just said it. I think Emily is a good friend, but she was kind of going in kind of hard on Yandy. I guess that's just, she's one of those ride or die type friends who can see no wrong in her own girlfriend. So she pretty much was telling Yandy that she wasn't going to try to mend fences at all with anything. So I'm like, well, what the fuck are you here for? Why did you come to this meeting? Basically, you came to the meeting to get her point of view and to run back and tell Chrissy. In essence, that's what the point was. And it's like, if you had no intentions on trying to mend fences, then you really had no business being there on the side of the enemy, per se. So, I guess it was just, I don't know. It was, the whole meeting was pointless. And I know, Emily went back and probably immediately told Chrissy, everything that was said. And I'm pretty sure she went back and hyped up what Olivia did based on the meeting that the three ladies ended up having. Next scene jumps to, Erica Mena, talking with the lady from Vibe. Erica is so not, gosh, she is so not interested. It's not even the type of drama that you want to watch. It's just, if I was able to fast forward through that scene, any scene she's in, I would fast forward through it. She is a screen whore. I will say it for the third week in a row. She has nothing to be mad about. She did an entire interview based on Kim Bella. So it's like, if you have to talk about somebody else to get attention, if the only reason somebody's even interviewing you is because of what you're saying about somebody else, that ought to be the first clue that, you know what, you're not that interesting as a person. you have to hate on somebody else and talk about somebody else just to even get any kind of recognition. It's some shameful shit, if you ask me, that she has to resort to that, because it's right in her face that you're a nobody without you talking about Kimbella. That's your only claim to fame, is you talking about another bitch. It's stupid, and she knows it. Like I said, I wish I had the ability to fast forward through that scene. The next scene jumps to Chrissy, and this is funny because it was the only time in the all last night that we saw Chrissy, Emily, and Olivia in the restaurant. And I hope I'm not jumping around, because it was a whole lot of scenes, and I'm like, damn, I know I'm not going to be able to remember all these. Last night, it just seemed like a lot was going on. But it jumps to those three ladies in the restaurant, and Chrissy being a bully again. I just am like, what she said to Olivia. Number one, Olivia looked like she was getting pissed towards the end when Chrissy was like, I don't need no punk-ass bitch, no weak-ass bitch on my side. And it's like, well, you already have one, because that's what Emily is. Emily is weak, and Emily will not stand up to you. So it's like, that is exactly what you want on your team. You want a bunch of yes men on your team. So to sit up here and say you want people that are strong, that's bullshit, because Chrissy's personality doesn't allow her to deal with anybody else who has any kind of strength. She's the type of female who only attracts yes men. So that was bullshit when she said that. That's absolutely what she wants her to be. I swear to God, if Olivia had just said, you know what, Chrissy, you was wrong, I would buy the next 3 albums that she makes. I would buy 3 albums. I was sitting there, just tell this bitch she's wrong, and I will buy your album, Olivia, I swear, just on GP. But I was just waiting, because you could tell. It's like everybody was waiting for her to just say it, because Chrissy knows what she wants to say. Emily knows what she wants to say. Olivia knows what she was thinking. So it's like, just fucking say it. I was so, like, she was so going to get cool points for me if she had said something. And it's funny because I know I flip-flopped and was saying that Olivia a few weeks ago was fake. But I think I'm kind of going back to liking Olivia somewhat. I liked her a lot last season. She just seems to have a very mellow personality. And I think a whole lot of the whole, she needs to sing with more emotions. I don't think that's all that fair, because I'm sitting up here thinking people like Beyonce and a lot of singers don't sing with emotion. Everybody is not going to be a Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is singing from a place of a lot of pain she went through. That's just her. She's a soul singer. I don't think Olivia is a soul singer, but the girl can still sing. So to her credit, it's a lot of R&B artists out here that do not have a lot of emotion when they sing. And I'm going to sit up here and say Beyonce is one of them. I don't know. Beyonce's been out for years, and I don't know who the hell she is. I'm be honest with you. Even in her interviews, her personality does not come through. So I kind of think that whole angle of them trying to make her pull out personality is jive, and not really as important as they're making it seem. But anyway, at the dinner with Chrissy and Emily and Olivia, I just once again see Chrissy as a damn bully, and it's not right. She doesn't see it. Nobody chin checks this girl. Nobody. She was sitting there angry as usual, fired up, and it's like, bitch, you should be happy. You just got engaged. Why the fuck are you worried about this? Next thing jumps to what is that lady's name? Yandy's manager. I'm sorry, her name slipped my mind. Daggone shame, she's one of the producers of the show. Yandy going to her house and talking to her, and I think what the lady said, her mentor said, was it was a lot of truth in it. She shouldn't have got so caught up. I can't figure out why Yandy is tripping so hard. I'm sorry, y'all. I think Yandy and Jim were fucking at some point. I have to put it out there. You will not act that way over somebody that's just your brother. Even if they didn't do anything, consummate their relationship, she had some feelings for him. Because in this show, it just even went a little more extreme. And I still think it's a lot we're not hearing about. I wish they would tell us more what went down for real, because something happened. I'm not going to sit up here and believe that it's just... And then she flip-flops back and forth between it being business and about her money to it being about her brother and her love for Jim and all this shit. So I'm like, which one is it? Pick a lane, Yandy, and stick in it. I still like Yandy. But I do kind of think her mentor was right on a lot of angles. I thought her mentor was kind of hard on her too. But she was right on a lot of stuff she said. And I respect Yandy for going to at least talk to her and get her point of view, even though it doesn't look like anything the lady said went into, it looked like it went in one ear and out the other one. It doesn't look like Yandy took in anything she said. She really went over there for backup, and she didn't get it. So hopefully she will take some of what her mentor said to heart and process it, maybe for her next client. But again, I think she's probably not that emotionally involved with any of her other clients, which that's what leads me to believe something went down between her and Jim, or some plan. Maybe it wasn't fucking, but something went down. Some emotions, I don't know. Because for her not to understand his girl's role in his life, it's like, have you ever been in a relationship? You do realize that that's his woman. She does have certain rights, and you shouldn't cross certain lines. Even though I don't like Chrissy, I do understand that's his woman. What's next? Kimberly and her brother. That wasn't too much of an interesting scene to me, so I'm not going to touch on it too much. I guess, talking about her mother, she kind of dogging her mother out. I don't think it's not right for her to keep. I mean, last week I was okay with it, but now she's like, I don't want to be like that lady. I'm like, well, you might want to say that shit off camera. I mean, that's still your mother, and you obviously love her, so have some respect for her, She's explained her side of it, so it's like, drop it, but don't be talking about it in front of millions of people, how shitty she was as a mother. I just think that's disrespectful. Especially if you're not planning on cutting her off. Just, what's the point? Anyway, another scene jumps to Yandy and Olivia in the restaurant talking, and Yandy is beginning to beat the situation with a dead horse to me. It's like, I don't know why she wants to keep talking about it, or the apologies she's expecting to get, or the accepted apology she's expecting to get. Chrissy's not going to give it to her. Only person she may be able to talk some sense into is Jimmy. And surprisingly, he was missing from the show this week too, so I don't know what that was about. I thought it was kind of funny with Yandy, and I'm looking like, who the hell is that on that table, getting beat with a brush? I didn't know what that was, or a leaf. And it was Nancy. And I'm like, oh shit, Nancy is fraternizing with the enemy. I know Chrissy was probably pissed last night when she saw that. I told y'all I didn't think a few weeks ago that Nancy thought that it was that big of a deal what Yandy did. I think she was just saying that to shut Chrissy's complaining, bitching, nagging ass up. I didn't think she thought it was a big deal, and I was right. She was out fraternizing with Yandy and telling her that she loved her. And I think Yandy knew what she was doing. Yandy knew what she was doing. She was just trying to show I still have his family, which is another reason I'm like, did something go down? Because she sure is trying to rub it in Chrissy's face an awful lot. So I thought that scene was funny, and I thought it was it was cute. Nancy clearly prefers Yandy over Chrissy. And then we'll even see next week, when they get ready to go to Jamaica or wherever the hell, that, they're out shopping for bathing suits together. So, I mean, that's the daughter that Nancy probably would have preferred. I know I'm probably skipping over some other scenes, but the camera's going to cut off in a few minutes. The show was really good this week. I'm going to give it an A. Samaya. That's what I'm getting ready. I know I was getting ready to leave something out. I was so happy to see Samaya. I like Samaya. I really do. I didn't like her last season, but Samaya grew on me. And then I wish they would have explained why she's been missing in action for these last couple of weeks. She looked gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Last season I thought Samaya was a man. I thought Samaya was a man. But now I'm 100% convinced that she's a woman. Because Samaya just had a real big Xena the Warrior type build. She's big as shit. I was like, that's a dude. But now I'm convinced that Samaya is 100% woman, and she's gorgeous, and I do like her. I like the little black hat and the way she had her hair fixed. She looked real fly in that scene. Her and Kimbella went to approach the damn irrelevant ass Erica, and that scene was, again, I would have preferred to fast forward it through it because nothing happened, and she just the girl likes attention, and I would have preferred if Kimbella had taken the high road and just ignored the shit out of her, because you're giving her what she wants, which is screen time. You feed into her bullshit, so it's like, Kimbella, just take the high road. This bitch just wants some screen time. Let it ride. She's talking about you, so you must be important. You're the only way she's getting interviews, so I would just look at it that way and laugh at her. Kimbella might have done her thing back in the day, but between the two of them, to me, Kimbella seems the more classy of the two. Anyway, camera's getting ready to cut off. Next week, it'll be real interesting to see what goes down on the season finale. And like I said, it's been a hell of a good season. So anyway, I will see you guys next week. Talk to you later. Ta-ta.